Welcome. I'm Susan Young, Mindful Life Coach, and today we're meditating on gratitude for all that has been given us and all that is before us. So settle yourself. Settle yourself into your chair or on your bench or on your cushion. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, and let your hands rest in your lap or on your thighs, palms up or down. Begin to tune into your breathing. Let the spine be long and the chin tucked. Roll the shoulders back and open the heart. Invite the body in this position to become still for the duration of our time together meditating. Begin to add deep, full breathing, using up the fullness of your oxygen and lungs. And invite the body to become a little bit more relaxed, letting go of anywhere you're holding tension. And now become aware of your thoughts and your feelings that are emerging into your conscious awareness. And as you become aware of them, let them come like waves and then let them fall away. Sustain the deep, steady breathing as best you can. And bring to your mind's eye an apple. Perhaps you have a favorite kind of apple. If not, just picture an apple. And now, as you look at the apple in your mind's eye, let's make it a red apple of some kind. Imagine at the top that little stem, that kind of 1/2 inch long stem that curves slightly. And in your mind's eye, feel the weight of the apple. And using your special X-ray vision, imagine the seeds of the apple, the core of the apple, the white flesh of the apple, the taste of the apple. Take in the apple whole in your mind's eye. Feel it. Tune into the apple. Now, remember the last time you bought an apple. Maybe it was at the grocery store. Maybe it was at the farmer's market. Maybe you picked it off a tree. The last place you bought an apple or got an apple. And if it was at a store or a farmer's market, imagine yourself there and reaching out to a pile of apples and touching them, smelling them, picking them up. And then look at the farmer or imagine the farmer that grew the apple. And then imagine the apple, great big barrel or container in a truck driving, maybe locally somewhere. Apples are often local. Or maybe it's been driven from far away, but imagine the apple being driven to the place that you got the apple. And in your mind's eye, you think of the truck driver, maybe the store clerk or the cashier where you paid for the apple. And then you stretch yourself back again and imagine the farmer growing the apple. Picture an apple tree. And your apple at one point was on that tree. And now imagine that tree disappearing, shrinking, and a seed in the ground, an apple seed out of which the tree grew. See the seed in the ground, the little tiny tendrils as it's getting ready to grow. Someone planted that tree, planted that seed so the tree could grow, so that it could be picked by farmer, perhaps a picker who's not a farmer, put in the baskets or the tubs, put in the truck, driven to either the farmer's market or the grocery store or wherever you bought the apple, and then brought to you so you could reach out and pick the apple, bring it to your home, maybe with other apples, where you store it in the refrigerator or on the counter. And this apple has come to you from a seed that you didn't plant. Probably someone did, and if they did, it was a long time ago and you likely didn't know them. When we hold an apple or many, many other things in our hands or in our mind's eye or in our awareness, we can see that this lineage, this history of our people in our ancestors in our past have contributed without us knowing it necessarily or thinking of it. Whether you're in a house, an apartment, a senior's place, a complex, wherever you are living right now, imagine the floors beneath your feet, the walls around you, the windows. The same thing, someone made those windows and they shipped to your area. And whoever made those windows had a craftsmanship, and had to pack them up and put them in the truck, and the truck had to drive to the window place, and whoever put the windows in had to go and pick them up and then put them in the house or the apartment or the condo. Each thing around you has that same feel to it. Maybe you have a tree that you really like on a walk or maybe outside your window. That tree itself was planted long before you were born, likely if it's a big tree. Someone planted seeds or it blew into the land and then grew little bit by little bit over much time. I have a great big huge pine tree in my front yard. Someone planted that long before I was born. Piece of paper you pick up. Thich Nhat Hanh talks about this. Imagine the feel of a paper in your fingers. And that paper was once a tree. And that tree once stood in the forest. People came and cut it down, brought it to a paper mill, or I guess a lumber mill, and then brought it to a paper mill. And eventually it was delivered to you where you went and bought it, or someone bought it for you. Now think of your mother or father or both. Whether you had a good relationship or a struggling, difficult relationship, or no relationship if you were adopted. You might have had a birth mother who you never got to know, or a birth family. And allow gratitude for all the small things that you never knew that they did. person that carried you in their body, person that birthed you. And then maybe you stayed with that person, or maybe you moved to a different family. And imagine all that they did when you were a baby, all the care they took to make sure you're alive still all these years later. And then imagine your mother and father, each of them having parents who also did that with them, carried them in their body, birthed them, and then took care of them for many, many years so that they too could grow and have their children. And imagine their parents, your great-grandparents, and your great-great-grandparents. All these people who may have come from well, all of us came from other lands at some point, unless we're indigenous. And even then, we may have come from other lands farther north or east or west or south. And imagine the work, the steps, the clearing of land to allow us to live as we do today. All the people laying the sewers so that we can use our toilet. All the people laying the water pipes so that we can have a shower or a bath. So much around us. That we did not create, that we did not plant. Some people died to protect this freedom that we exercise today. Every moment of our lives carries the fingerprints of those who came before us. Their dreams are in our daily choices, their unfinished work in our hands. Feel all this. Bring this forward in your heart's presence. I too one day will die. And my fingerprints will be on things that come after me. The way I chose my life. What is the legacy or the way that my actions and my voice and my life's focus? Whether you had children or not, whether you created music or not, whether you have suffering in this moment, physical suffering, mental suffering. All of us have had struggles and sorrows. And most of us have failed in some ways. But still, there are ways that you have brought love and care, kindness, compassion for yourself and others. Gratitude is not in the words, although the words may bring it forth in us. Gratitude is in the heart. It's in the heart. How does your heart and life and words express gratitude? How has gratitude nurtured your life? Have other people in your life, responded to you from time to time with gratitude? Have other people said, thank you? I appreciate you. Have you said that to yourself? I appreciate you. And have you also expressed gratitude and appreciation to others, to other people, to things around us that make our life a little bit easier, perhaps? Warm water, good shoes, a meal that fills us up, a good friend, a partner, a cat, or a dog. And now, as you nourish and nurture and cultivate gratitude, choose one thing just for now, or one person, or one being in your life. One thing, one person, one being. Choose that in your mind's eye and let it expand to fill your heart with gratitude. As you're sitting here, breathing deeply, imagining the neural networks, feeling, shifting into gratitude. It's so easy to complain. There's a lot to complain about in this world of ours. Can we mostly hold gratitude? Can we shift our perceptions? What does it feel like in your body when you're nurturing and cultivating gratitude? Does your heart become warm? Does your central nervous system relax? Does your body feel connected? How do you express gratitude? Now, in the last few moments of our time together, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention with intention to gratitude. So as you breathe in, have a sense of gratitude, whatever that is for you. Fill your body like oxygen. And as you exhale, let go of anything resisting that as best you can. Each time your mind wanders, bring it gently back with intention to be with gratitude, to nourish and cultivate and bring it forward in your brain, in your neural networks, in your body, in your central nervous system, in your heart, in your presence. And if there are sorrows or challenges or difficulties that come forward in your mind or heart, invite a wrapping of them of gratitude. For through our challenges and sorrows and griefs, we grow. We grow profoundly. We deepen our compassion for others going through something similar. We grow in our capacity to tap into wisdom because we genuinely know what it is like to suffer. Gratitude for each of the challenges that you've experienced in your life, that you might be experiencing right here. Might be loneliness, sorrow, physical pain, loss, grief. And if you're not feeling any of those, but feeling happy and joyous and free, then maybe you can feel gratitude for those feelings for this moment. Each fills us up in different ways and gives us access to a deeper, profoundly rooted sense of joy, of being alive, this moment of being alive. I'm going to read you a poem by John O'Donohue. The gift of the world is our first blessing. There is a quiet light that shines in every heart. It is what illuminates our minds to see beauty, our desire to seek possibility, and our hearts to love life. Without this subtle quickening, our days would be empty and wearisome, and no horizon would ever awaken our longing. Our passion for life is quietly sustained from somewhere in us that is wedded to the energy and excitement of life. This shy inner light is what enables us to recognize and receive our very presence here as blessing. We enter the world as strangers who all at once become heirs to a harvest of memory, spirit, and dream that has long preceded us and will now unfold, nourish, and sustain us. The gift of the world is our first blessing. And as you're ready, perhaps moving the body a little bit, maybe rolling the shoulders, opening the eyes, maybe reaching up or stretching if that fits for your body. Thank you for joining me on this journey of deepening and nurturing gratitude.